Remember, folks, I'm just a Muppet in a chair. Don't take me seriously. Hey there, Boomerizzles. What's going on? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome back to the channel. I am doing a reaction that's a little different today. This came across my feed. I think it's because, me and Queen Boomer late in the night were actually looking at places in Greece and Italy that apparently they will pay you to live in these places, and that was very interesting to us because we've been to Greece and we absolutely love Greece. Haven't been to Italy, but that's probably number 2 on our list in terms of places we have to visit. Number 1's the UK. Well, actually, Italy's probably number 3 because I think Ireland's number 2. You can interchange 2 and 1 though. Like, we want to visit UK and Ireland, so. But anyway, because of that, I think this popped up on my feed, and this is from Kerr Rawden. So I'll put a link for his channel in the description below this video, along with the original video that I'm going to react to. But apparently, the title says, "These Scottish Islands will pay you £50,000 to live there." Really? Which is a lot. That's a lot. I don't know if it's £50,000 per year or just a one-time payment, but I'm going to find out when I react to this video. But another reason why I'm doing it is because of all the places in the UK that we would like to visit. I think the Scottish countryside is one of the things I'm looking forward to the most. It's from images and videos and things, it looks stunning. Absolutely stunning and gorgeous. So let's get into the video. Remember to like, subscribe, do whatever you want, and head on over to Kerr Rawden's channel and check it out for yourself. But let's check out this video. I'm actually going to subscribe to his channel right now. So, Kerr, shout out to you. All right, let's check it out.
Would you move to a beautiful Scottish island if you were given free land and £50,000? The Scottish Government has recently unveiled plans to develop an islands bond in an effort to tackle the declining population in their island communities by offering people £50,000 to move there. Scotland has around 90 inhabited islands, and this scheme will encompass a number of these groups, including Argyll Islands, home of Jura Island, where George Orwell wrote 1984, Arran, Bute, the Cumbraes, Lewis and Harris, Orkney Mainland, Orkney Outer Isles, Shetland Mainland, Shetland Outer Isles, Skye and the Small Isles, Uist and Barra. So how does it work, and what are the conditions?
I always forget that to the north of the main part of Scotland, there's more islands up there. I always forget that. In fact, isn't there like even more to where the northernmost point that he pointed out on that map? I'm not sure, but anyway.
Well, let's start with the money. A successful individual or family on the scheme will be issued a bond worth up to £50,000. This bond can be used to buy land or buy a house, to build or renovate homes, start businesses, and otherwise make their lives for the long term in island communities. You can't just take the cash and blow it on a weekend in Vegas, but you could use it to build your own little Vegas on a Scottish isle. If your dream is to build an off-grid homestead on a remote Scottish island, you could use the bond for that. Likewise, you could use it to set up a local business in one of the towns, or a fisherman could even buy a boat. The main goal of the islands bond is to tackle population decline in the Scottish Isles by stimulating local island economies and addressing financial barriers to accessing land.
That was actually one of the main reasons when I found out some of the places in Greece and Italy were offering money to people to live there. It was mainly about population decline. In particular, a specific one that you might want to look up that I was checking out was Greece will pay, I think it was like 20,000 euros a year or something like that. I could have the details wrong, so I apologize if it's wrong. But yeah, it was around 20,000 euros per year to live on the island of Antikythera, which is most recently famous for the Antikythera mechanism that was found off in a shipwreck off the coast of the island. But yeah, they were mainly trying to pay you to live there, to raise a family there, and promote growth of the island's population, which during the spring and summertime months, I believe it's around 100, and the other months it's around 20 or 30 people. That's it, because it's not a big island, but it was very interesting to read up about that. But the main thing about that struck me was it would be very hard to convince somebody to do it, even with the money, because it is you're probably going to experience a rough life on that island. And I'm not talking about interacting with people, because there's hardly any people, but in terms of just maintaining your property and keeping yourself fed, things like that. It just seems like a hard scrabble, not for the faint of heart type of lifestyle. So, which I imagine would be similar to what it would be like to live on these Scottish Isles. It would not be an easy life. So let's continue.
Housing and business opportunities. A thriving island economy would facilitate not only population retention, but also growth in the island communities. It also aims to reduce inequalities and give equal importance to economic, environmental and social progress. The Island Bond scheme is worth a total of £5 million, meaning 100 families or households will have access to the scheme. It's available not only for newcomers who want to move to the islands, but as an incentive to keep people on the islands. As you can imagine, 100 candidates isn't that many, so there's likely going to be a lot of competition for these spots. Probably to account for this, the Scottish Government haven't made the application process easy. There's no apply here box on the government website and no clear instructions as to how to apply. So, if you've watched this video and think this is the opportunity you've been dreaming of and want to apply, your best bet is writing a detailed cover letter as to why you want to move to the Scottish Isles, what you can contribute to the area and why they should choose you. The Scottish Government released their Island Bonds plan.
I would not I would not qualify. I just sit in here and make YouTube videos. Although, I do have a job in real life too, but I made that part-time because I want to spend more time with you guys. But I think they'd be like, YouTuber, no, you can't come here. My application would get rejected immediately. If not for that, I would get rejected for the level of Muppetism that I display on a constant basis, which you guys know about. But anyway, let's...
And as a consultation last year, inviting the public to give feedback. There were thousands of responses, 1,487 of which have been published publicly on the Scottish Government website. It's safe to assume they will extrapolate data from this consultation when it comes to determining how to allocate the 100 bonds, so it might be a good idea to check this out. If you want to apply, it would be worth emailing your cover letter to the councils of the island you'd be interested in moving to, or waiting for the government to release more information. I'll let you guys know when I hear any developments, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. And if you want to learn about another way you can get land for free, go watch this video.
Damn.
Would you?
I kind of want to, Kerr. It seems like a very interesting channel. But, yeah, living off the grid like that, and believe me, I don't like living in crowded areas. I don't like interacting with people very much, at least in my own country, believe it or not. I tend to keep to myself. But even this, and this is like an off-grid dream for some people, but like, sometimes I have aspirations to like, move out to like Montana or something and have a house where I don't really have any neighbors and I'm not really around people. But it also seems like, especially when you're on an island where if your necessities need to be shipped to you, it just seems like such a hard life to live. your survival skills will definitely need to be fine-tuned in order to do it. I'm sure there's some things that you might be worried about in a situation like that where that stuff is provided to you, but just from looking at where you would be and you're not in contact with many people, and the further away you get it from civilization, the more you realize, especially when you're not a person who's really knowledgeable about survival and living that kind of lifestyle, the further you get away from civilization, the more you realize, wow, I'm so dependent on so many things. Especially me. If I moved out there, it would be tough to get, proper internet access, I would think, wouldn't you? And, if I don't have internet, I lose my mind. And because of this summer has been very stormy here in Florida, so there's been 3 or 4 times where for the entire day, the power's not knocked out, but the internet is, and I don't know what to do with myself. I lose my mind. I'm so dependent on it, and I wish I wasn't, but I am, and I lose my mind every time that happens. So getting internet access in a remote place like these places he's talking about, it would seem near impossible. But the one thing that's great about this video is seeing the lovely shots that Kerr inserted into this video of the Scottish coastal areas and landscape and whatnot. It looks stunning. I really want to check it out for myself and just walk around. It looks amazing. You Scots have tons of beautiful things to look at over there, and I'm jealous. I really am. Florida the weather's great. It might be too hot for some people. I love it, but there's no mountainous areas. It's all flat, and it gets boring after a while. But, I still love it. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the reaction, and follow Kerr Rawden on YouTube. I'm actually probably going to browse around and check out his videos on my own. Might even check up the follow-up video that he recommended to me. So go on over there. He seems like a nice guy. I don't know if you really want to call him a Muppet, even though sometimes I recommend people go to another channel and call them a Muppet, but it's all in good fun. Remember, the term Muppet is a term of endearment on the channel here. I'm the biggest Muppet of all. But anyway, like, subscribe, do whatever you guys want, and I'll see you next time for some more reactions. You guys have a lovely day. Stay safe.